Hello and welcome back to another Bear the Lee video. Now in this video we're going to be going over something a little bit different. We're going to be going over why and how Dying Light is such an amazing game. Not only that, how it's the best zombie game ever released. While being a little bit older, still holding up so well to modern game standards. So let's get started. Now, as always, boring part out of the way first. We've got the performance of the game. Now, I see the performance of this game incredible. I've played hundreds, thousands of hours of this game, and I've never had any performance issues so far. Now, obviously, that comes with you do get the stutter when you load in every now and then, or like something like that, but no actual game-breaking performance issues, like you see, ironically, with a lot of AAA titles nowadays that come out. This game is very, very well optimized. It's gorgeous. No terrible visual glitches, performance crashing bugs, anything like that. No stupidly over intense glare from the sun. Nothing like that. It is just good quality. Perfect. Game looks incredible, especially for its age. And I say it absolutely holds up to, and if not, is better than a lot of the AAA title standards we do have nowadays. Because it shows that the developers here cared. They wanted to make a good, long-lasting game. And you've got such a pure essence of passion that was put into this. And on the zombie side of the game, the creations that were dreamt up by the developers for the zombies in this game are horrific. But horrific in a good way. Like, proper will give you nightmares sort of thing. You know, you got screamers, juggernauts, bursters, everything like that. Volatiles, and then the souped up volatiles. Horrifying. But give this game such an amazing kind of replay, whatever you want to call it, just amazing visual aspect of the game, even just to look at. It's incredible. Moving on now, we've got the story side. Now, the story in this may not be super, super long. However, it's gripping. It's great. Easy to follow, and it's obvious why you are doing the stuff you are. Now, there are going to be a few mild spoilers for this section. I say mild spoilers. The entire story is about to be spoiled. If you haven't somehow seen the game story up until this point, congratulations. I don't know what rock you've been under, but hey, I respect it. But yeah, I am going to kind of walk through a bit of the story aspects now. So if you don't want this, skip to the next section. It will be time stamped. But this is your 3-second warning. Spoilers now. Okay, now everyone that probably doesn't want spoilers should be gone now. Let's get into it. So, you play as Kyle Crane, a special operative for the GRE. Now, you have been sent in to retrieve a sensitive file stolen by the main bad man, Rise. Now, he also used to work for the GRE. What? Who would have expected it? And you've just been sent in to retrieve data that he stole. Now, through this whole thing, you land and immediately you're bitten and you become infected. So you now need antacin. Unfortunately, Rise and his thugs always take all the antacin before anyone else can get it. So you side with the Tower faction, the good guys, and obviously you fight against Rise, the bad guys. However, you have to then work for him to then get antacin for yourself and the Tower. Now, he gets you to go do some bad stuff, like threatening to break old people's legs. Yes, that's a real thing that happens. But that's basically what you have to do. Now, through the whole game, you're fighting him and his thugs. And at some points, it's quite brutal. A lot of the stuff that you have to do is not very nice, but what can you expect from having to work for a fucking warlord? Yeah. And as you progress through, most of the people that you do meet in the Tower, the main people, I don't remember her name. The spider, I don't remember her name. It might be Lily. I don't know. Either way, she ends up dying, and her little brother. And you get this really cool like scene where you're both infected, and you're going through this like hallucination sort of like realm, and eventually she injects you with the antisin, and you do survive, and you do then have to kill her, which is very upsetting because you do really grow to like these characters, and you really understand the story and the character building behind the characters. So you do get attached to them. So when they do die, it's a lot more impactful than other games may be. And it's sad. It is sad. But you realise in this post-apocalyptic sort of wasteland that you find yourself in, you don't have time to mourn. You have to get right back to it. And then right at the end, you get to kill Rais, which is very, very nice. And you end up having the choice to evacuate with the GRE or stay. And of course, you decide to stay because this is your home now. You fought with and alongside these people, and you make that decision to stay and not go. And it's really, that's the moment you realise that Crane has become human again, from being a special agent to truly becoming who he was meant to be as a survivor of Harran, it's a nice moment. It's a nice moment. And then you got the following, which is, well, I won't be covering in this video, but it's like the extended DLC. But yeah, you do, there's a lot of stuff to do. Obviously, that's the very bare bones of the story. You got different sectors you got to work with, Dr. Camden, and that sort of stuff to get this research to make a cure. But it's very, very long to go into and explain the whole thing. But yeah, just that's the bare bones of the story. But it's incredible. If you haven't played it, play it. You can pick this game up for very, very cheap. I would highly recommend it. Incredible. Just for the story alone. But yeah, that's the story section out of the way. So anyone who now did want to avoid the spoilers, they're probably coming back now. So let's get into the next section. As you can see here, we've got the skill tree. Now, the skill tree has a few different things. As you can see on here, we've got 3 basic ones. You've got Survivor, Agility, and then Power. And then you've got a locked one, which is Legend. Now, I'm not going to go into the Legend one now, but we will cover that briefly in a little bit. Essentially, it's just what you get to make you super powerful after you've maxed out the other 3, or when you've maxed out one of them. But the main one we're going to focus on is the Survivor one, because the Survivor, Agility, Power are all the same, obviously just corresponding to their name. So we're going to go in depth into the Survivor one now. So the Survivor skill tree is the most diverse one. It's the most world building sort of one, where you've got the Agility is for movement, extra speed, extra stamina, anything like that. And then obviously you've got the combat one, which is obviously anything to do with combat. You can fight longer, take more damage, anything like that. Whereas Survivor is a lot more well-rounded. It's things like you can pick locks better, make better potions for healing, store more items, activate laser fences, car bombs, anything like that. And my personal favourite, the grappling hook. Now, anyone that hasn't played Dying Light before doesn't quite understand how much of a godsend the grappling hook is. Anyone that has, they know that the grappling hook is the single best thing for traversal in the game. The grappling hook is just by far a godsend. Everyone loves the grappling hook. Everyone needs the grappling hook. If you're playing Dying Light without the grappling hook, you're playing Dying Light wrong. Simple as. Great item. But yeah, that's kind of just, and you get XP towards each individual skill tree depending on what action you've taken. So if you've been doing a lot of running, jumping, anything like that, you get a lot of agility. Lots of fighting, stuff like that, you get obviously physical combat, whatever you want to call it. And then Survivor is a very well-rounded. You get it for surviving, doing that sort of stuff, and supply crates around the world. They will give you bonusing. I believe they're called aid kits. But honestly, very, very good. Quite easy to level up, but grappling hook must have. It's great. And it lets you repair your weapons more effectively, because you do have a limited amount of repairs on your weapons. So if you get a weapon you really, really like, you need to repair it, otherwise you will lose it. And you have a limited amount of repairs on that weapon, so use it sparingly. But yeah, Survivor is personally my favourite skill tree. And when you max it out, as you can see just past the grappling hook, you unlock the final skill, which gives you the like super powered version of that. So like in the agility, it lets you run infinitely. Combat, it lets you fight infinitely. Stuff like that. Overall, very, very good. Very simple skill tree to learn, so it doesn't take you huge amounts of time, which is what I really like about it. Now, anyone that has played Dying Light knows about the nighttime. To put it very plain and simply, Dying Light being a very pretty, somewhat chaotic, but overall relatively chilled out, slow moving zombie game. Slow moving as in the zombies are slow moving. Nighttime is Dying Light's version of a hardcore zombie game. Primarily due to these fuckers. This is a volatile. Now they only come out at night, and they are there to just make you miserable. They move faster, they move in packs, they cause pack hunting. They are just there to stop you enjoying the game. Now, if you get caught at night with a group of these, you're dead. Put it, plain and simply, they've got you. But admittedly, they are few and far between, and you can avoid them to somewhat, but it adds to that more horror feel. Now, two ways you can play the nighttime. You can jump between safe zones, losing any hunts that you get at any point, or do what I do in this clip, and you just run straight through them. You avoid safe zones. You're just there, free running through it to avoid the zombies, to prove that you're apparently good at parkour. Because some of us do that. Don't know why, we just do. But the nighttime is really where the game comes alive. It's chaotic, everything's going on, you've got everything chasing you. It's the way that I feel the game should have been played. But I much prefer that sort of stress kind of really grabbing at you. All these zombies really coming for you. But yeah, plain and simply, it gives this game an extra level of dynamic feel to it. It's not all the same. You've got all sorts of things that happen at night time. It is mainly the hunts, and that is the real joy of it. The nighttime is just that. It's the hard mode of Dying Light, and it really makes you feel like you're surviving, not just, living. You're living here, cool. But it's surviving. It's aggressive, it's forced. It's just a more fun way of playing the game, in my opinion. Some people don't like it, which I completely get. Also, what I really love about the nighttime is its bonus points. So any XP you get for any particular kind of skill line, you get more of. I think it might be doubled. Off the top of my head, I'm not 100% sure. But I believe you get double XP for every skill tree that you're kind of going for. And it does just give you that more incentive feel of surviving. And that, guys, is why I believe Dying Light is the best zombie game we have ever had. Now, again, as I always say, these are just my opinions. If you disagree, let me know. If you think there are some things that made this game even better that I've missed, let me know in the comments, obviously. And if you think there are things that have made this game maybe not so good, things they could have improved on, again, let me know in the comments, because we have got Dying Light the Beast coming out, which is why I came back to do this video, because I do want to do another video like this on Dying Light the Beast. Just wanted to get my foot in the door with this first video. But I appreciate you guys all watching. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm going to try and do these more regularly. But yeah, if there, again, I'm new to all this sort of stuff. If there are things you think I could be doing better, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it. All the help that I always get on these videos. Really appreciate it. Yeah, if you just let me know, and I'll be sure to try and improve best I can. But again, thank you so much guys for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.